I decided to make it's like a, like how you have a broccoli cheddar type of soup. This is going to be broccoli cheddar mac and cheese, but I'm going to add a little tomato in it. Right now I'm just letting it boil for a second, because this was just frozen broccoli, and that we're going to reserve a little bit of this broth, just a little bit, to create the cheese sauce, and then I'm going to bake it for about a good 40 minutes with the tomato. So it's going to be, I think this is going to be yummy. I'm doing something different, but I usually don't do broccoli and stuff. I usually just do straight up mac and cheese, but I'm not a big, I love to eat mac and cheese, but I'm not a big, that's not my specialty. But I got a request for it, so I decided I'm going to use what I have on hand. Check me out, check me out. And then this is barbecue chicken. I would have grilled this, but of course I was under the weather and everything. I'm just getting back together. So what I decided to do was, I thought I had some barbecue sauce, but instead I had a little bit of a sample left, so I added some hot sauce, some ketchup, and I could have put some Worcestershire, but it wasn't needed, and I just let it soak. See? And the sauce was looking really thin, but as you let it cool, it's going to really soften this chicken. So this is for someone who requested. Okay, so I drained off the excess liquid, like the soup, and I put it in this container. And then the broccoli is on top of the noodles, just cooling down. But as you can see, the cheese sauce, you kind of have to work fast. I'm just going to let this cheese melt a little bit more. I'm moving it around. I'm going to add the noodles in just a second. But see, it's going to have remnants of the broccoli. And you know what? I might not even add tomato. That's my timer. Sorry. But I'm just going to add a little bit of this cold. Okay, so I just added a little bit of sour cream. I'm going to mix that in just to cool it down a little bit. But I like the tanginess of the sour cream. I'm going to add a little bit of Tony. I had already seasoned the broccoli, so I just want to season that just a tad, not too much. And then I'm going to dump the, I'll mix it in, but I'm going to dump in the pasta and go ahead and dump that in. So the key to a good mac and cheese is the cheese. I'm just working really fast to kind of incorporate this. I can add more cheese to this cheese sauce, and add more in the pan. It's going to go back in this low pan because it's not a lot, but I just wanted to, do this. So I'll be back. So see how incorporated this is now? Like now I can add it to, I'm going to add a little bit of butter to that pan, to this loaf pan here. And I'll add some more cheese and maybe a little breadcrumb on the top, so it gets a nice breading on the top of the mac and cheese. But this is just a quick, you could eat it just like this. I'm just going to take a little bit off, put it on the side here so I can taste it. And you always want to taste, with another, I have a fork here, so I'm going to taste it and see how I like it. Then you can know, like, based on this, you should know if you like it, okay? That's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit more seasoning. It needs a little bit more seasoning, not too much, but just a little bit. And add some more, just a pinch of seasoning. I'm going to add this light adobo seasoning, and I'll be back. So I put a little olive oil on the bottom, like swirled it around, put some cheese, a little bit of cheese on the bottom. I'm going to put the rest of this cheese blend on the top with some breadcrumbs and paprika. And I got the oven on 425 because it's getting late and I'm ready to get my shower, go to bed. But just do it like that. Sprinkle it right on top. This is really just a quick mac and cheese, okay? If you are in a rush or you have kids, you could just serve it just the way it is. But I like baked mac and cheese. I like the way it tastes baked. The instant stuff is not really my jam. But this is my play on a like a cheddar, a broccoli cheddar type of mac, okay? And I'll be back. So my oven is still heating up, but this is how it looks. You just put some breadcrumbs on the top. You don't have to do this. You can add way more cheese. I added cheese and breadcrumbs, and this is just some standard paprika. You can add paprika, smoked paprika, however you want the taste to be. For time, you know, it's already done, right? You're just cooking, you're just letting it bake to marry the cheeses and to cook the breading on top. And this is gonna cook for about 20 minutes in the oven, and then it's ready. And then I have this barbecue chicken here. This was broiled chicken. And I can just keep tossing it to really incorporate the sauce, okay? And this is kind of like a makeshift sauce. You know, you can add some sesame seeds on top. You can add some green onion. You can do all kinds of stuff when when you're at home and you're cooking. And this was such a simple dish. This was just pantry items. I didn't even use any milk. The only thing that I used was the broth. Because I did not have milk or half and half or some type of cream, I just put a little olive oil, butter. I used the broth of the broccoli that I steamed. That's just a frozen bag. And I didn't use the whole a lot of broth because it would have been too watery, right? You just want enough liquid so that you can melt it together, add the cheese, and you have to work very fast. Keep the temperature on your stove low, like medium, low, low, okay? And I'll be back.